I should probably take some weight blocks out the keel at the back though.
So me and Sean are going into the night and you're going into the day. That makes plenty of sense.
Oh.
Jim Bob, thank you for 67 months. Greetings. Been away for a while preparing my commercial pilot certificate, which I received on Thursday.
Oh, we found a bike
Jim Bob,
location.
congratulations, buddy. Well done. Nice one. Mr. Fleming, welcome back. $3,300 litres.
So it's not doing too badly.
Yeah.
Pups, are you chasing your tail or?
Yep.
He's caught the scent.
So what have you planned to put in the cargo to get more level? I'm not sure what you mean. In cargo, I don't really have a plan at the moment, apart from the liquid side of it. I mean, we could have a hatch system, we could have some kind of connection system that just holds things. I don't know. So it's taken almost 1,000 fuel to get here.
Wow.
It's lifting up because the pellets are too low on the boat.
Those their big engines are quite thirsty.
Why? What does that do exactly?
You having fun there?
Yep.
I'm not going to start turning around while I'm swimming, sure. Actually, you know, one of the benefits of us getting these islands again.
Yeah,
all
you
the
mean because the
boxes should be
vector, the thrust vector is lower than the mass. It's basically doing that, isn't it?
Island purchased. I'm just going to grab that box.
It's like moving those rudders up is going to be a really painful exercise. The propeller, sorry. I've got the clutch on 0 and those props are still turning.
And I've got a box.
Nice one.
Coming back down now.
Just doing donuts.
Really badly.
So it seems my thrusters basically all go the same way, I think. Which is kind of odd.
So I just climbed back on board and the boat was at 45 degrees. It was like, is this meant to be happening?
You placed them in symmetry mode.
No, I did not.
No,
If you look, they're pointing in different directions.
yeah, but the blades would be facing the other way. I'm back aboard. Let's go.
So is this sort of V1 or rotate technically?
Oh god, we're going.
I don't know why it's doing this. It shouldn't be doing this.
Oh my god, I thought that was it.
I don't know why I just did a full-on wheelie. That's crazy.
Wow. Oh my life.
We're all good. First gear is a bit tricky. Was you at the front of the boat then?
No,
Hobbs?
I just
You
ran to the
lucky
front
boy.
of the boat. I would have loved to have known what would have happened.
You've gone flying.
Let's test it.
Oh god, let's not.
Well, if it goes upside down, we're not going to get it back. Oh dear.
Wasn't we meant to be looking for some beds?
Yeah, that's why we're heading over to this island. We were just stopping off to buy some islands in the, before.
Is it this one that has the bed?
Yeah.
We were performing a thorough sea test, even though it's clearly not quite ready, as Paul stated previously.
Oh no, hang on. No, not this one. The one behind us.
The one behind us?
Yeah.
The one north of the outpost TT.
Oh, is that the hospital?
There is. It's a hospital, yeah.
Oh yeah, we can sleep.
Oh, it is this one.
Yeah, we can sleep in the hospital. The research station is where I thought we were going, which is the one that's above TT.
Yeah, we need the island you were then heading to and not heading to now.
I have
so
no idea, Mikey.
on your way.
About 10. Is he ignoring us?
Yes.
What?
Turn around.
I was reading the message.
As soon as possible.
What, you said we're going here to the hospital?
Yeah, the hospital is behind us.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They were just doing a tom-tom, it's okay.
No. Yeah.
I'm driving. I got the Three Stooges navigating.
Hang on a minute, hang on a minute, I didn't even speak!
Wow. We said north of the outpost was the research station. That's where we thought you were going. But we can't sleep at the hospital.
Are we going the right way?
Oh, no, right here, on your
Dock
right.
on the roof.
We're stopping here, right?
Starboard side.
Let's see if I can not bin it.
I made it.
I need to reconfigure those dials, they're not right.
Well, I'm in a bed and sleeping.
I'm sleeping.
I'll probably wake up
Sleeping.
to a massive storm.
That's if we wake up at all.
If your boat is on the top of the cliff, just calling it.
Sleeping.
That's
Doesn't
everyone
work.
sleeping.
Yep.
Right, okay.
That's gotta be a bug. Like, if all players are sleeping, by its own admission there, all players must be sleeping to fast forward, and we are sleeping.
I definitely pressed the sleep.
Oh, I think it's a server, Deddy server bug. Well, that's annoying.
Yeah, no sleeping for us.
It's right. Have this instead, Paul.
That's very kind of you. Just what I always wanted.
I'm taking the TV.
Nicking the furniture out of the hospital.
The TV won't go out the door.
Yeah, that's just gonna block the door.
What, Jagger? So the question is then, do we just go back to running it on a normal server?
It's right. I've got the bin so we can put our rubbish in.
Well, I think the performance is slightly better on here, but yeah, it's whether the fast forward is going to hinder it, isn't it?
Yeah, the performance is better. The desync is, or at least between what we all see, is worse.
I mean, the only desync I can actually see is the time of day, because when it was raining for you, it was raining for us.
Well, yeah, but there was also the crate thing. When me and somebody delivered those crates, they kept spawning about all over the place. They wouldn't...
Actually, my time and Paul's time is now synced up.
It's middle of the day for me, so
Yeah, same.
I'm at the same
Really?
time as Paul. Yeah.
It's still night time for me.
No, so mine's shifted. My time is the same as Paul's on the stream.
Doesn't make any sense. Wow, okay. Well, I mean, the thing is, if we can't do missions, we can't sleep, we can't get more missions very easily.
Or researching, I think.
And that's really gonna... Well, we've got plenty of technology, it's just the missions, really.
I would like to burn through a bit more technology with a few more sleeps, because there's some really good stuff we can get. And for doing some of the quick little missions, it might be good to start going down the chopper line. And then we can save your big beastie boat for doing some of the fuel stuff and the bigger ship type mission. And if you put a helipad on the deck, we can even land the chopper on it.
Well, I could try and take this save and load it into the host again if you want.
Yeah. Give it a go. I've asked in the Stormworks Discord a few times about whether that's a known bug, but no one's answering.
No one's home right now. Your call is important to us, Jack.
I think what I might do is actually just go and report it as a bug quickly.
Right, I'm going to actually tag out this time, so I shall catch you all soon.
Okay, dude. Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Right, server offline. Let's see if we can make this work. Chopper, oh yeah. The chopper is really good. Shiny 9. That should be the one from the server, so hopefully this will work. I'm going to load the save from the server so we won't have all that junk.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, it's alive.
I'll jump in when I finish this report.
I want a 20-page essay, detailed documentation. Come on, puppies.
I'm here.
Gonna go wheeling.
Oh yeah.
I need to amend these dials. They're all gauged right incorrectly. What? What's up?
My W and S keys are the other way around.
What?
Yeah, everything's backwards.
I
How can you do that?
That's not a server setting, bro. Are you upside down?
No.
I'll restart your game. That doesn't sound right.
And in settings, W's forwards, but when I press it, I go backwards. I fixed it.
How?
I teleported to one of our islands.
So you teleport to an island and it fixed your W and S key being the wrong way
Yeah.
around. How does that work?
I don't know. Hey, it's not my fault. In the settings, they were all the right way round. The game. Oh yeah, do that wheelie pull.
Oh my god. Look at this. Oh, it's amazing. It's a stunt boat.
You got time of days correct this time.
Yeah, so basically my propellers are too low down. That's the issue.
How are you going to move them up? That's not going to be easy.
I do not know how I'm going to ease that. The only thing I can do is move them to the back. Which, yeah. If you move them at the back, they can be higher up, I guess. I don't think I want props on the side bears, you know, it's just gonna look awful and you're gonna keep bashing them. Basically what's happened is it's creating rotation around the center of mass. Like with Kerbal Space, you can put on the thrust vectors and the center of mass and you can get them lined up. With this you can't. What you can see that it's wrong. You either have to lower the center of mass down, or move the propellers and raise them up. Any weights in the front, or is it all the back? It's all at the back currently, because it's designed to have all the it's designed to have the storage at the front, if you like. I mean, another option is to move the whole cockpit to the front, which is, you know, entirely doable. I could literally just move the cockpit to the front, and that would move a lot of weight to the front. It might give a temporary fix. Yeah, I know we can do the whole ballast tank thing. That's always an option.
Me and Sammy on the duck.
Hey?
Leave me and Sammy on the duck.
Yeah, you need to teleport. So what I could do is have ballast tanks up the front, but just looking at this, the back end is quite far in the water. If I was to flood the front with water, I reckon the thing might sink. Could take some weight blocks out the back as well, that would raise the back.
We need to sleep.
Yeah.
Lengthen the boat with a swim platform, what do you mean? It won't what, Agoras? $1,700 fuel. What did we start with? 4K?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to burn 3,000 litres getting there and back. Jeez, man. It won't sink if you add ballast. Well, you say that, but if we basically fill the front with water, we'll have no buoyancy.
Paul's gonna go straight past the dock.
Yep.
No, he's not.
Oh, hang on.
You're gonna have to spawn your boat, Jack.
Yeah.
There you go. It's gone. What if you change some normal blocks at the front to weight blocks? We've already got a lot of weight blocks in the front now, you see. We've also got a lot of weight blocks at the back here that I could get rid of. Remove some of the weight from the back end.
Right, there you go. Just jump on board.
Because, you know, there is already a lot of weight at the back.
Oh, where the bet on the front?
I thought I'd take us up out of the water a little bit.
You come into sleep, Paul.
Okay.
Come in for a sleepover.
Oh, slumber party.
Oh, I see how it is.
We're
the beds are
outside
gone.
in the rain.
Yeah, that's why we're on the boat sleep.
There we go. I thought that was bugged out. I was like, you what, mate?
We can't do that mission.
Yeah, do you want to start some research?
We have 31 points.
What have we got that's going to be fun?
You could do firefighting if you want to put fires out. We've got scuba now.
I don't think we're quite at this stage where we can really do a lot. We can mostly just put out our boat fire.
Advanced sensors, basic mechanics, custom doors. Let's do custom doors.
Okay.
Okay, let's sleep that away.
We can do that one, Jack.
Yeah, that one. I'm going to respawn this to get rid of the beds.
Okay.
Yeah, there's options. The problem is, like, if you put a dedicated ballast tank area at the front, then when the boat spawns in, it'll be unstable and you have to always flood it with water. You'll have to always remember to flood it with water, which I don't particularly like. Another option is move the cockpit forward a bit, maybe in the middle. So there's, you know, all the weights at the back with all the tanks and everything like that, and the engines, like everything's there. Another option is to move the propeller, so it's not where it is now.
Nice one.
You not have it autofill and empty via a sensor.
Don't ask. I was flying for most of it.
In theory, of course you can, Baz. But in practice, how do we do that? We'd have to have a sensor in, and then we'd have to have some kind of tilt sensor. And you don't really want it, like, behaving... Like, because obviously the boat's going to do this when you're driving. So you don't really want it pumping water then.
1,000, so
Okay.
Pickup's quite close, but the
The sensor of mass is there, the sensor of thrust is, like, here.
I want a couple thousand at
We
least.
could bring the prop up the side to there. And then we can move the rudders to the back there. And that would bring the thrust to here, which is much closer. Or we could move the cockpit.
That should do.
Okay. Do you want to disconnect it?
Yep,
The
done.
props on a robotic hinge. Why?
Winch the line back in.
Why on a robotic hinge? The drive shaft is coming out here, so it's not too bad to get it over here instead.
Let's go.
You can punch out there, maybe. I don't have them sitting here.
This is that dodgy island with no way up.
Okay.
Have to climb up the rock face.
Yeah, but you risk bringing them out of the water if you bring them too high. Have the sensor to fill up a certain degree of tilt. Yeah, it's all doable.
There you go.
See if a prop will fit. Just clipping the boat though. Tilt sensor, linear track with weights and a PID. Yeah, of course. I'm not really at that stage. I mean, exactly what you need is a PID to control it, exactly. Yeah, but if we put it one block down, we're getting closer and we're getting further away from the center of mass, aren't we? Another option is to punch it out of here instead. How many blocks did I have that on? Oh my god, even that's still clipping? That's unbelievable.
Did you find them?
Yeah. Seven, they don't seem to be moving.
They're not following you.
You only have the starting engine, no wonder you got... No, we've got the large diesel engine, not the starter engine. Is that literally... It's those two blocks that's in the way.
Jack, can you grab them too? I'll go and get the third one. He's stuck.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just leave it like that. It's quite a bit higher. Or you could bring it up another notch probably and get rid of that block. Knock that out instead.
Oh, our little best friends all sat together.
No, that'd dig in a bit too much. Why 3 propellers? Yeah, you can put the props out the back if you want. There is no right or wrong way of doing this. We'd have to raise the drive shaft up and come out that way. Come out that way maybe. And then drop down. That's another option. I'm not sure if that's properly in the water or not. That's going to be fairly close to the water line, I think. I don't at the moment, Fig, no. Extend the hull above the props as a swimming platform. Lol. That's one option, or we could maybe move it further back. Or they get tricky to get the power in there, but it's doable. If you want to drop it down a notch. I've got a feeling like the water's only about here, isn't it? That might be in and out of the water. Maybe drop it down another block. Where's the exhaust? That's the exhaust though. I think that's better. That's a much higher thrust vector, I think. I think that's more stable, probably. Yeah. Still on the low end. Well, it's definitely going to be in the water. But compared to that, it's going to have a much... I mean, that's about, what, 15 degrees difference, maybe? It's quite a chunk of difference between that angle and that angle. Now, the only thing is the control authority. Like, where do we put the rudders now? Rudders are props now. Now they're separate. These rudders here are separate. That's just the thrust. That's the steering. We can just leave the rudders where we are. See if we can move these rudders around. Well, these props around. Right, if we move that.
There we go. That perfect parking job too.
Indeed.
Don't even have to get your feet wet.
If we do it this way, we don't have to reconnect everything.
Ooh, a landing float. Are you teleporting back or coming with me?
Oh, going down.
Yeah, the
Yep.
storm's here, but it's nowhere near as bad as the previous one. Squeeze me. My nose has been running last couple of days. Right, it's just going to merge those. So, actually, I'm not sure there was any logic tied to that. It was all driven off the props. That's probably a waste of time. He knows has been running as a core top. Lel. Okay, so this, the power here, that needs to be changed. We don't need all that. And now we need to pipe this power over there. It's the easiest way of doing that, I wonder. Might just turn it outwards instead. Maybe just have it coming out this way. I can do. All right. Would it be hard to make an Azipod? I don't know. There we go. Almost. Yep. So that routes the power that way now. Now that update 3 for Satisfactory is out, do you have any plans to release the game on YouTube or stream anytime soon? I don't think I do. Until, little Jimmy, until they bring out, like, maps or map mods, or a way of just changing the world that you play in, it's just too samey. Now, there was something weird with this azimuth thruster going on. I'm pretty certain they were, like, moving the same way. That one goes from 0 to 1. That one goes from 0 to 1. But why is it when I activated them, they seem to go in opposite directions? Yeah, well, I'm not mirroring them if you look at it. Well, I was. Oh, a minus value. I didn't actually place it down in mirror mode. That's the thing.
Oh.
Did we just run out of fuel?
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'm going to delete them, but put them back again.
Oh, well, at least we're not wasting it.
And that way, you can see what I did.
What have we got? Alright, we'll need to sleep again.
Right, we'll do it that way. Not 1. Right, not 1 with the start value of 0.
Mind if I
Not
start
1 with the start
research?
value of 0. Go for it.
Go ahead.
This will be really handy.
Let's do the
Oh, actually,
power.
doors are still got 18 seconds.
Can't just use one throttle if you just reverse the other input.
There you go. Doors is finished.
I don't know. I just don't know. Min position -1, max position 1, start position 0. You know what? I have the problem with that, Lotus, because trying to get that back on 0 at the end would be very difficult. And ultimately, that attaches to a clutch anyway, and a clutch can't take -1. So, because it drives a clutch, like, you have to go 0 to 1. If you look, you can't drive these azimuth thrusters directly. You have to drive them via a clutch, because the only thing they connect to is the power. Powertrain. Yeah, so you put power through them, and then you have to clutch it. And a clutch only goes from nothing to full. So you can't mess about with -1s.
On those azimuth thrusters,
They're facing the same way, ain't they?
what you could do is put an electric engine or the electric motor on just those two azimuth thrusters, and then just power directly to the, and then it saves having to put a clutch.
Well, I've already done all the clutch stuff. I'm just trying to get it to work. Right, let's save that. Actually, there was some dials broken inside. I seem to remember. Like this one, clutch 0 to 1. Throttle 0 to 1. This was just spinning around. I don't even know what this is doing. That would explain that one. I think I'm going to tweak the gearbox as well. Let's try 2 to 3 initially. And then... yeah, we definitely need a speed sensor on though. Okay, that looks more balanced already. Because I took some weight blocks out the back and moved the props around a bit. It definitely seems to sit better in the water. Move the fill port to the deck inside of side instead of side. Why? Do you need to sleep or anything?
Yeah, we could do with one.
Jack, we're going to need your boat.
Oh, yeah.
Spawn your boat, Jack. Your sleepy boat. Actually, now I'm hosting the game, I could just go back to my menu and load the game with the thing in it. Or do I have to...
Be a new save to have an environment mod, remember?
No, because it's actually an XML line, I saw it.
If
It's
you
literally
could
a
do it
line of
that way.
XML. Under environments, it had a line for the one that you had.
If you can do that, then that would be great.
Advanced rescue equipment done.
Yeah, let's sleep a bit more because we need a mission now.
You eating?
Jam sandwich.
Can we do a lighthouse delivery?
Yeah. It's only small boxes. I better despawn this and get rid of those beds. Did you want us to jump out so you can put that mod back in?
Let's give it a quick go.
Okay.
And
Excellent.
my life a lot easier.
Yeah.
Just gotta find that line now. The cake is a lie. He's having a jam sandwich, not a cake. Why does he not have cake? I don't know, because he's Captain Jack, not Captain Cake. No, it's not loaded.
Yes, sir.
One sec. Should have worked. It's specified in the save file.
There's just something about these, because when I updated the actual mod, and then you loaded it in, but it didn't update in the game, I think all the changes only take place in a new game.
Mr. Blue Army, thank you for 54 months, sir. Hope you're well.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
I'm going to create a dummy slave with a mod enabled just to see what it does. Drusik, thank you for 62. Okay. Well Pipes, 58. Is the base game good or do you need mods in the game? You don't need any mods. The only reason to bring mods in is if you want to like have vehicles from the workshop. If you just want to build your own stuff, you don't need any mods. We're literally using one mod. Which has some beds in it at our starting location, just to make life slightly easier. You can't wait until Wednesday. You're gonna go to what, Amsterdam was that? Yeah, it literally puts the same thing in. The only thing I can think of is if when you specify the mod, it spawns a bunch of objects in XML, and that's not being copied over.
Is there anything you can see in the one you created?
I mean, it specifies the active playlist as being that mod. Like, I can see that. The only problem is, it's not showing the objects when we start, so the only thing I can think of is that it's put XML further down. But there's, you know, it's a lot. It's like 103,000 lines from a new save.
Oh, wow. So it's going to take a lot to go through every line and figure out what's changed.
Well, there's a ton of objects, and without anything I can quickly search on, I don't know what I'm looking for. So yeah, short answer, I tried, but I can't make it work.
That's fine.
Welcome
Well, it doesn't really matter. It just means that we have to keep spawning a vehicle to go to sleep, which is really a bit annoying, you know? Welcome back, Scout. It's kind of frustrating that you can't just create objects in the world, like put beds down. Like, everything has to be a vehicle. What we should do is make a land vehicle that has beds on it, and then basically drive it onto this island.
That's true.
You make a land vehicle at the other base, and then drive the boat there, and then drive the vehicle onto the boat and bring it back. And park the boat on here somewhere.
I mean, I can work on it if you want.
But you'd have to be pretty good at off-roading to get out of this bay here would be very difficult. Is that a crate in the water? Oh, it's a chair. It's the chair that I had from ages ago.
Yeah.
There you go. There's one bed in the house, and there's 3 of us. And you all have to be sleeping. You don't see this chair? No. Okay. I don't know why I'm surprised. Well, it's in our garage now. Spawn a bed with handles on it and drag it upstairs. How do we spawn a bed with handles on it? How do we do that? Okay. Do we want to convert this into some kind of ballast? That's the question. And then leave this for storage. And have all the pumps out here. I should probably move that down as well. Let's move that down a little bit. It's a bit too high. Or we just have another one. Might just be easy to have another one lower down. Take it for a spin, see how it handles. There you go. That's going to make life slightly easier. Boeing, happy Saturday to you.
Happy anniversary.
Is that big enough for ballast or is that too big? What do you think? No sense in building ballast without needing it. If we end up not needing it, we can still use it for oil or something. James Ivell, thank you for 59 months, Boeing with 78. Thank you, guys. So we need a fluid sensor, don't we? Fluid spawner. The components are marked enclosed area to be spawned with fluid inside. The fluid spawner for helping with custom fluid tanks so they can be spawned full without the need to fill after spawning. Oh, so that thing can actually fill it with water for you. That's interesting. Wait, so if you put one of them down now, how does this work? So if you create now, that'll spawn it with water in. I'd say there's a leak. That doesn't look right.
Did you spawn that with liquid in it?
In it, bruv.
Because I think you might have put a bit too much in.
I spawned it with liquid in the section at the front, but it sunk the whole thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that would be enough to sink it, just filling that front section.
No, which makes me think there's a leak or something, because that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, there might be a hole somewhere. Oh, it might be a hole between the section you've sealed off and the rest of this thing. So it might be filling the whole thing with water.
Yeah. Oh, actually.
Yeah, I can see the leak.
Wait a minute.
I think you missed some bits.
Yeah, there we go. Found it. That would explain it. At least we know it works.
Where are you, pups?
Building a car with beds on.
Oh, okay.
This is probably easier to
Or
just
should I say attempting to.
do it this way.
It'll be great fun trying to get that over.
Okay. That's now properly tight. I believe. So, fluid spawner. Fill it with water. Go. Oh, wow.
Oh, it's a bit front heavy.
Yeah. That shows you the power of that ballast. That's
What's
a
it
lot.
like under acceleration now, I wonder?
I don't know. The weight
Do you
blocks
reckon it'll
out the
just
front, what do you mean,
nosedive
Baz?
right into the water and sink like a submarine?
I don't need the weight blocks anymore, Baz. We're not with that. Maybe that's a bit too much. I mean, if I take these out, it's just going to fill it with water, so it's the same thing. I don't know how much mass these things have. Or we could make this space smaller. Example. Like cut it in half, maybe. That's sealed, isn't it? So then instead just have this bit with water in it. Because that ever so slightly nose heavy now. It probably weren't the way it is when you're moving, but you're sitting there, you're sinking the front. I'm not sure what you're suggesting then. Put a splash of fuel in and see what it does. It is, Rome, it's very useful. It's not the ideal weather for it. I need to put a speed sensor on so we can see what this is doing. Oh, I changed the gears as well, so it definitely seems to handle a little bit better. Like the front doesn't come right out the water anymore. I'd say that's not bad. That's not bad, actually. Considering it's not even loaded with fuel or anything. Battery ports. Oh, I need to change those as well. Change those batteries. So that leaves more space for storage. I might just colour that blue to remind me that it's full of water. You can make hydroplanes, yeah. So all of that space could potentially be filled with liquid. But the thing is, if all of that was full of liquid, I reckon this thing could just go like that. Like, there's not enough buoyancy left, is there? We can't use all of that. We just can't. So maybe the thing to do is to segregate this off a little bit. And then have this for cargo. And then have the rest of it for liquid. Or have this for liquid, that for cargo. I fixed this. I swore I fixed this. I don't get that. Why have they come back? The heck? Fix the front one. I guess. Maybe. Yeah, maybe that was it. So maybe, yeah, we have like the liquid storage here, and then this front bit. I don't know how much we can get away with, but this front bit is cargo. I mean, you can even just have that as cargo, possibly. That's like 4 or 5 blocks. Like, how big is a crate, Jack?
These big ISO type crates. I don't actually remember. It's quite a lot though. It's.
I'm just wondering how much cargo space.
I would say something like 60 by
That's true, Buzz.
20. These big ISOs. Maybe a little bit bigger.
So how many squares?
Something like 60 by 20.
For storage?
That's these big ISO containers. The handheld crates are probably something like 5 by 5.
Right.
But we do get missions that take these big ISOs.
Yeah, but we need to... I mean, getting those on the ship is difficult enough.
Yeah, I'm not sure if all the ports still have cranes in them. Without going and looking. I don't think they do. Which presents its own issues, because putting cranes on ships requires all kinds of counterbalance stuff.
So that could be transport fuel. I don't know how much is going to fit in though. I mean, if one of them is 700, how big are them? How big are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are they 6 blocks wide? One, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 3 by 3. So I would say that one block is approximately 10 liters, I guess. Hang on, that's got 700. Yeah. 5 by 3 is 15. By 3 is 45. So that's 45 cubic squares. And that takes 700 liters. So what's 700 divided by 45? 15.5. So approximately 15.5 liters per cube. Let's say 15 for argument's sake. So the area in here that's like 24 by whatever that is. 24 by 15 by 4-ish. Is 1400 times the 15 approximately. Probably about 21,000 liters. I would estimate 21,000, 22,000 liter storage in this thing.
Nice.
Is that enough?
I'd assume so.
Assuming it can float.
Yeah. You might want to stick a whole load of water in there and just make sure it floats with that filled.
Can try it.
Don't look at my basic car, Jack.
So if that was filled,
But I want to see it.
It's got no wheels on yet.
if that was filled
That's
with diesel,
Actually, have we researched wheels?
Yeah.
When did we do that? No, we haven't.
Yeah, we have.
does it float?
I can put wheels on this. Watch.
Wow, do you know what? That's not bad. That's
we've got
not
3
bad
by
at all.
3s.
Now it's got wheels on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the 3x3s will be.
Yeah.
In
big
fact,
enough to
that's
climb
incredibly buoyant. That's
Kinda
way
looks
more
like
buoyant
a
than I thought it would
pushback
be.
truck for a plane at the moment.
that. We need the 5x5s. We also really need the medium engine, which means new
Yeah.
aircrafts.
You don't think it'll have enough buoyancy? Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I just spawned it with a load of liquid in it.
But we're 2 points off being out of research.
Fuel is lighter than water. It is. It is indeed lighter than water. But we're going to be moving fuel, aren't we?
Actually, we can research the wheels now.
Can we?
Yeah, I'll get that started.
Let's spawn it with water in it then.
If we need to sleep, I can just quickly chuck some beds on this and we can just lay on the thing.
Yeah, Paul, can we sleep quick?
Sure.
We want to speed through our research.
So with if you fill it with water, it is going to be... It's going to have problems.
This is stupid.
To transport water, we'd have
It
to...
works.
1 second, let me despawn this. You know what? Why don't I just put beds on this?
You could chuck a bit on there, yeah.
There you go.
And again. There we go. Thank you. Just unfortunate we slept through the whole of the day.
So what that means is...
This is going to need to be wider, isn't it, Jack?
I wouldn't do too wide.
So
if you're
here's
planning
my-
on
here's
climbing
my
up a bunch of
question.
rocks.
If this spawns this area
Paul,
with
how
water in it,
wide's your boat?
does it only... Jack, do you know the answer to this question? You know the fluid spawner?
Yeah.
Does it only spawn fluid when the vehicle's created? Or if I empty that area, will it keep putting fuel water back or whatever?
It will fill an area, and then once the vehicle is spawned, if you drain that area, it will
So that last bit you cut off.
it will drain once spawned.
Right, so it only fills on spawn.
Yes.
Nice. Perfect.
Otherwise, it would give you infinite fuel.
So what I'm thinking is, we have this spawn with water in it by default, right? But if we need to, we can empty it and fill it later. So if we're going to fill this with water for whatever reason, which is I don't think we will, but if
And
it's...
Sean, I think Paul's boat is only like
we can basically
20 or so
do
wide.
that. That's what I'm saying. We can get rid of the water.
Maybe 30.
But that brings us to 4 o'clock. I'm going to take an hour break now, guys. So when we come back, we're going to mess about with the fluid on this thing and maybe put it to work and go and buy some fuel. We'll do the cargo thing later, Baz. I want to get the liquid done first and then we'll do the cargo later. Finishing now. See, Mrs. Squirrel's coming. It's
Yeah, I
time
think
for
about
your
20
break.
wide.
Right, guys, I'm back in an hour. We'll carry on at 5 o'clock, so I hope to see you then. If not, enjoy the rest of your day and thanks for joining. Otherwise, I'll see you later. Bye-bye for now.